Hello, welcome to this video. In this video, we're going to be talking about how you can make sure that you don't miss out on that filing of a confirmation statement. Now, before we go any further, what is a confirmation statement? Well, ultimately, a confirmation statement is you telling Companies House basically that everything that's on there is still up to date. So if I was to go and do something quickly, and I was going to go to Companies House, and I was going to find Ask the Accountant, and I click on here, all this information is publicly available. Now, it's my responsibility to make sure that at least once a year, that every little bit that we see here, from the registered address to the people involved to everything else that's on this screen, is it up to date? And effectively, that's what a confirmation statement is. It's not a set of accounts or anything complicated like that. It's you basically telling Companies House that everything is still up to date and we're okay. So it's a relatively straightforward procedure, but if you miss it, you could be in with a lot of problems, including the opportunity for you to lose your business as it gets closed down. So don't delay. If your confirmation statement's due, then this is your chance to make sure it's filed on time. Run the VT. Hello, my name is Patrick and I am a chartered accountant, a certified UK trainer with fancy new logo, that QuickBooks Chap on the internet, head of accounts here at Boffix, and also your friendly podcaster who goes live each and every Monday morning with Ask the Accountant. That's going to be quite important today because we're about to file Ask the Accountant's confirmation statement. Now, I've just explained what a confirmation statement is, but when is it due? If I go back to that screen we've just been looking at, and we go down here, you'll notice that I get told my confirmation statement is due the 4th of April 2025. So in my case, I've got a long way to go. What we're going to simulate now, though, is what if that wasn't 4th of April 2025? What about if that was today? And what if that means I've got to get it filed? What do I need to do? Well, first of all, you need two pieces of information. The first one is you need your company number. Now, thankfully, on Companies House, I can grab that information nice and straightforward. I go to Google, go to Companies House, type in the company name, make sure it's my company by checking the registered office and the people and everything else. But ultimately, once I've done that, I can then find this here. The next bit, and this one's sometimes a little bit more tricky, is what's called an authentication code. Now, it's a piece of paper that comes from Companies House, and on there will be your details that you need. The company authentication code is designed to ensure that you can then file for that company. Every company has its own unique company authentication code, and if you've forgotten it or you don't know what it is, I'm going to show you how to make sure you can request a new one. So, first of all then, what do I need to do? Well, I find the best thing to do is go to Google and type in file confirmation statement online. Now, the important thing to do here is make sure that you're looking at the gov.uk one. There are third-party solutions that will do it for you, but typically they're going to cost you more money. This is us showing you exactly how to file it directly. You can use the file the confirmation statement, click button here, and it basically tells you use this relevant service to file the confirmation statement, previously known as the annual return, and you can also sign up for alerts to let you know when your confirmation statement is due. I use the Start Now functionality, and it's going to take me to my web filing. From here, I'm going to use the Sign In functionality. Now, if you've never signed into web filing before, don't worry, you can use the Create Account functionality, and that's going to get you straight into setting one up. From here, I'm going to sign in or create account, whichever's worked. If it's the first time, you're also going to be asked to go in and put a security code number in. So let's grab that. From here, it says the new confirmation service. So you have an opportunity to use the new service from here. So I click on there. And from here, I can then go in and press the Start Now functionality. Now, before we go any further, just notice a few things. To file the confirmation statement, you need a Companies House account, which we just talked about. Create a new one or start from there. The company number and the company authentication code. Finally, you need £34, which has increased quite significantly lately. So make sure you have an opportunity to pay that via credit, debit card. So let's start. From here, I sign back into my web filing address account. I put in my company number. Once you put the company number, choose if it's England or Wales. Confirm it's the right one. Then we're asked to show your confirmation statement here, which I've not shown just for safety reasons. Right, once you've done that, you're into the back end of Companies House. You're going to have lots of options. It's going to ask you to file your company accounts. It's going to be a place where you can register what your email reminders are going to go to. You've got a lot of information here that's well worth going through and understanding. You can add and remove directors, change where your registered office is. This is all the information for the back end. What we're interested in is this file confirmation statement option just there. I click on file confirmation statement, I go through and it basically says it's going to take me 5 minutes and at the end I need to make the payment. I press start and then I go through answering the questions. Now my recommendation is just read through the questions. For example, is the company on a share market? So at this time, is it trading on AIM or FTSE 100 or something like that? For the majority of people who listen to this, it's going to be no, so make sure the no's set. After that, you're then going to be going through each of these individual sections. I would recommend just going through and making sure you're happy with them. Is the registered email address the one that you want to use? Is the registered office address still the one that's the most appropriate one? Are the directors still up to date? Is the SIC code correct? So basically, is this company doing what it normally does? If not, we can either remove ones that aren't applicable or add a new SIC code for anything that we want to update at the time. Share capital, are we happy the share capital is up to date? How many shares have you got? Are those shares then passed to the right people? Is everyone aware of what their shareholdings is? This is your chance just to make sure all of that's up to date so that you can make sure that you're completely correct. Show if there's anything that's still unpaid. Majority of the time that should be no. We should have paid for all the shares by this point. Make sure the shareholders and shareholdings correct. And finally, is the people with significant control correct? Now the idea of the people with significant control, the PSCs, is who has overall control of the business, who's basically in charge of the business. So you want to be making sure that that's correct. PSCs and any statements that go with it. And then once you've done that and you're happy with everything, and if there are changes to be made, they all get changed and get told how to make the changes just here. But basically you tick to confirm that the future activities of the company are lawful, press the submit button, make the payment as you would normally make the payment with any other service, and basically you then press continue. And what it will then ask you is, do you want to make sure that you have proof enabled? So protected online filing, highly recommend looking into this. Basically gives you an opportunity to make sure that you can keep your company even more safe than before. Added that extra layer protection, and gives you a chance to sign up for it there and then. You can go back to your recent filings and you can see how that's going, what the process go through. They're normally pretty quick at getting these over to us. So I wouldn't be surprised if this was done within the next 10 minutes or so. Once that has been done, it does say please leave up to 3 hours, but it doesn't normally take that information that long. From here, you can download a copy of CSO1, your confirmation statement if you want to, and you can see the status of it as it goes forward. You can see now, less than a few minutes, I've got my accepted status, meaning that that confirmation statement's been filed. And for me to go and see that, I can go back to Company's House, find the company I was just working on, and now you'll notice that my last statement was today's date. And if I go to the filing history, you can see on my filing history, you can see the latest confirmation statement's been submitted. And in a couple of days' time, I'll be able to view that, or anyone will be able to view that from there. So, heed my advice. This is your opportunity to go in and see how easy it is to get that confirmation done. Don't leave it till the last minute. As soon as you get the opportunity to, go in. One of the hardest things to know about a confirmation statement is the confirmation statement date isn't set in stone like your account's date. Your account is always going to be due 9 months after year end, but confirmation statement can have different factors that affect when it's due. So either make sure that you signed up for that online reminders, or just keep coming back to this screen here, have it saved as a bookmark, and keep making sure you're always up to date with it. Finally, if this is looking too complicated for you, don't forget to talk to us at Boffix. At Boffix, we keep an eye on it for you, we let you know when it's due, and what we do is we send you over a document for you to sign, detailing everything that's on the confirmation statement. You sign it, we get it filed for you. Yes, there's a fee involved, but the fee is there to make sure that A, we can cover the fee that you've just seen to actually file it in the first place, and B, gives you the peace of mind to make sure it's going to be done on time. So there is filing a confirmation statement. As you can see, relatively straightforward, but definitely one not to miss. If you've got any questions about it, if you have, let us know in the comments below. We're always happy to talk about any issues or problems you may have. And if you ever had problems finding that authentication code, don't forget you can ask for it directly on the Company's House web filing area, but be warned, it's only going to be sent by paper to your registered office. So make sure you give yourself enough time to be able to accept and find that. You can also change your authentication code in that web filing area we've just seen, so maybe make it a little bit more memorable if that's going to be easy for you. With that, my name's been Patrick. As always, this video has been an absolute pleasure to do for you. Don't forget to use the comment section if you've got any questions about what we've just gone through. And if you want more tips and tricks on how to make sure your business is always up to date, you're already in the right place. So make sure you've liked, subscribed, all of that sort of stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.